Doing a quick video today on a new rack that is out for truck beds for transporting fishing kayaks. It's called the VelociRack. It is a rack that I've been designing along with my partner Randy Morris for quite a long time. We've had the challenges of, you have these heavy fishing kayaks and we both have trucks, but storing these and transporting these on those flatbeds is not good for the keel. You can get flat spots. You can ask Randy. His Hobie PA has flat spots from being in the bed of his truck and transporting it all over the place. But it can also damage your transducer. And I have proof of that. I'll show it to you a little bit later. But I snapped my transducer in half on a bed extender. So I got sick of that. Don't like the cost. Don't like the hassle. Don't have to worry about it anymore though, because this VelociRack was designed for kayak fishermen, both freshwater and salt, so that you can get the kayak on and off very easily, but also it's going to protect your kayak while it's up there on the rack. There's a lot of features, there's a lot of cool things on it, so I'm going to go through it step by step and show you just how it works. So let's talk about some of the things that make this just an outstanding rack for anyone that's really serious about protecting their investment, getting the easy on and off. And let's start with the construction and the materials that we use. So the materials on this, it's pretty much all structural aluminum. It's welded aluminum, so it's going to stand up to both freshwater and saltwater. And it's made with this structural aluminum, so it's really strong, it's tough. It can handle the weight of these kayaks with no problem at all. You could probably throw a jet ski on this. Not that I would advise it, but it's really, really strong. Any of the other metals that we have are stainless, and we use nylon fittings. That way we don't have to worry about the metals interacting with the salt water. All you have to do after you use this in the salt water is give it a quick rinse and you're good to go. Another feature on this that I really like is the bed extender. Now it comes with the bed extender. So some people are out there paying $500, $600, $700, $800 for these really nice bed extenders. But what they do is they stick way out behind the truck, and they do give you the risk of bottoming out when you're going up and down hills, in and out of parking lots or driveways. This is really short, so it's not going to do that. It's right behind there. It doesn't extend out very far at all. So you have less to worry about when you're going up and down those hills or you're going over those speed bumps. Another feature that we have is the rack itself and how it connects to the included bed extender. The included bed extender is awesome. It's all aluminum. And what it has on it is what we're calling a floating collar. So it's not locked in there permanently, meaning as the kayak goes up and down, as you go over bumps, it has some play in it. So it's allowed to move up and down, and it further cushions the kayak when you're going over those bumps. That way you don't have this rigid, hard jolts on the hull of the kayak where it's resting on the bunks. The force of those bumps and the impacts is then distributed along the hull. It's distributed through the rack and into the bed liner, if you have a bed liner, or into the bed itself. So it cuts down on that wear and tear that you have from bouncing around all over the place when you're driving in a truck. Now, if you don't have a rack like this and you just have it laying flat, you have your transducer, you have your keel just bouncing up and down continuously as you go down the road, or if you go over any of those bumps or speed bumps. It's just not good for it. Another feature that we have, we can see right here, is that it's fully adjustable. This kayak rack is adjustable to virtually any fishing kayak out on the market. So as I pan around here, you can see the setup that we have here. This is aluminum. We have all these custom pieces. We have the nylon fittings with the stainless steel fittings. And what it allows us to do is to loosen these on both sides. We can loosen them, and it allows you to drop this down further, which separates the bunks further and further. Now for mine, I'm 14.5 inches from center of one bunk to the center of the other. Randy, for his PA, is only at 11. So we're both able to use this rack, and you can see how it sits right perfectly under the scupper holes with the way that it's adjusted. This is exactly what you want to have when you're putting any kayak onto any rack. Now here's a really cool part. Look under here. Look at the V and how it works all the way back through this. This V is going to protect your transducer. So the transducer for me is right there. You can see it right at the top. As I slide this on and off of this rack, that transducer is protected. It's not going to scrape anything, it can't get hung up on anything, and it can't break. This transducer has been broken twice because of the bed extender and because of the way that it sat in the back of the truck. It's not going to break anymore. It has all of this space in here between the V, between the clearance on the bed extender You have all that space. It's never going to hit. It's never going to get damaged. Now let's talk about security. One of the big concerns when you invest in a rack like this is going to be, is somebody going to steal it? Well, not this one. We have 2 locking points on the bed extender. This is that floating collar. You can see it goes up and down. We have a pin up here. You can put a locking pin in here so that this part, which is the rack itself, cannot be pulled off the bed extender. We also have the locking point down there where it goes into the trailer hitch. So you can lock it in there, put a lock up here. No one's taking this rack. Now, they could try to take the kayak. Well, there's an easy way for you to fix that. All you have to do is go out and get some cables. You can lock it right to the frame, right through here, run the cables up. You can run them through the scuppers and down to the other side, and you'll have it locked right onto that. But what it does mean is that your kayak itself is going to be secure. Just make sure that you don't have your drive sitting in it, and you're going to be in good shape. So listen, the VelociRack is something that was designed with a lot of experience behind us, a lot of years of kayak fishing. It fits the bill for us, and it'll fit the bill for you too if you're a kayak fisherman. You've invested a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of passion into the sport, and it's time for you to protect that, and the VelociRack is going to do that anytime you're transporting it. You won't be afraid to leave it at hotels overnight, on those trips that you want to take. You won't be afraid to leave it at the launch as you're on the water all day, because it'll be locked securely to the truck. And the best news is, it only takes 1 or 2 straps, depending on the model that you have and how secure you want to have it, to get this on and off the truck. For the Hobie PA, as an example, 1 strap will do it. Go right through that H-bar, and you're in good shape. So if you're in the market for a kayak rack, make sure you check out VelociRack. It's at VelociRack.com, VelociRack.com, and check it out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.